Hey everyone, so I have a super special video for you guys today. Kia is actually flying me out to go check out behind the scenes on how the new Telluride came to be. So we're gonna meet with the designers, we're gonna check out the factory in Georgia. Right now I'm flying to California to check out the proving grounds, and then from there we're gonna go to Georgia, and I'm gonna bring you guys along through the entire trip. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, so it is the first day at the Kia event, and so we have an itinerary, so I kind of know what to expect, but for the most part, it's going to be a completely new sort of experience for me. Now, I did find out yesterday, there's not a lot of us here. There's a very small amount of media people here, and it should be really fun because everything's a little bit more intimate, and this is one of the very few times that people have the opportunity to check out like the proving grounds and things like that. So today, the first thing we're gonna do is talk to Harman Kardon. We're gonna check out things with them. After that, we're gonna go to Kia's proving grounds, and I believe that's gonna be it for today. So with this video, it's gonna be a little bit longer, but I promise you, you're gonna have a look in depth like you guys have never seen before. So can't wait to show you guys. All right, so we just drove a Telluride here to the Harman Kardon Sound Experience Center. So super excited, let's go ahead and see what they have for us in here. All right, so checking out the Harman Kardon Sound Experience Center was incredible. This place is beyond cool, and a lot of the people who work there took us around. They showed us everything that Harman does to ensure that their products come out the best possible quality, all the test regimens they put everything through, everything from house speakers to headphones and beyond. They even put us in this soundproof room where, I kid you not, it soaked up so much noise that you can hear like the blood in your head moving around. It was pretty insane. So here's a quick look at what that looked like.
Yeah,
oh, hold on, let's see that.
Hold on, we got some caught on it.
Can you hear anything?
Are you okay? Are you going?
Yeah, we're good. Yep. Oh, watch out. Oh, hold up. Hold up.
How crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Yeah, you're welcome.
That was so
head back.
quiet.
That was very.
What does that sound like?
I did hear a little bit of blood in my ears.
And beyond that, we had a few people show us how to look for different things in sound, basically how to become sound experts. And then Harman also showed us how they integrate all those things within Kia. So I'll let you guys take a look at a few of those presentations.
So my name is Brad Hom. I run our department that does all of the system integration along with the tuning and the vehicle architecture construction. So imagine 5 years before a car gets launched, our team gets engaged with Kia. We start talking, we understand what the vehicle needs are going to be, and then we start to design the audio system. So we start by using components, or think of them as ingredients in a recipe as we talk about food moving forward. So what are they? We start with speakers, we have amplifiers, we work to make sure that we can integrate them into the car the right way, and then at the end of the day, we have to make sure that we tune it. So we sit in the car for a couple weeks, we do audio tuning, it's based on measurement and listening, and then we apply the art, and that's that art that really separates the systems. So we'll take the Harman Kardon system in there and make it a Harman Kardon system in a Kia. So the Telluride system comes out as a Harman Kardon in the Telluride. Each one of the vehicles that we come out with are all tuned for that specific vehicle. We also make changes based on leather interiors, fabric interiors, how many rows of seating are there. In the case of convertibles, when a top goes down, we change. So all of these variables we actually separately tune for to make sure that that experience transfers over the entire life and use of that vehicle.
understand what amplification is doing and what are we trying to accomplish in a car. I think we overall sense loudness because we're talking about spectral and bass, mid-range, and treble. Those frequencies should all increase in a linear way. You should have as much bass as you want at higher volumes because it's recorded in there and that's the experience that you want. So in order to demonstrate this, we're actually going to have the band play without the PA system. So the only thing amplified is just going to be the amplifiers of the instruments they're actually using. So the microphones that are capturing all that, spitting it out to you, are actually going to be off. Okay? So we're going to start with that, and then we're going to turn on the PA, and the lights will come on, and then we'll turn it off again, or the lights on the stage will shut off, and then the PA will come back on again. All right? So let's go ahead and shut the lights off on the stage, and we'll start the music, and then watch them on cues. So again, the idea there is everything needs to come up together, right? Not just the mids and treble, but also the bass.
So the two listening modes that we do have in the vehicle are basically Quantum Logic Surround on and off. Off is basically what we tailor basically to a stereo experience. So you're going to hear sound more in front of you. There'll still be a great center image. We talked about center image, or the phantom center being, whether it's just in front of the steering wheel or a bit of the right to the steering wheel, but it's a nice focused center image. When you go to Quantum Logic Surround on, then what you're getting is basically a little bit more defined center image, but this is where the width and actually the surround experience itself comes out even more. You're able to feel that the vocals are centered well, but then the guitars, whether they're panned hard left and right, those are actually going to start to feel like they're almost at your shoulders, kind of to the exact side of you. And then the kind of sparkle, what I like to call the out of phase content, or the things that are more swirly, especially with electronic music, that's really going to feel like it's completely behind you. So it's a very immersive experience with Quantum Logic Surround on.
So guys, here is a little bit of information on the Harman Kardon sound system for the Telluride. So it is 630 watts, 12 speakers, and you have all this cool stuff within it. So that is one cool thing that we learned, and this whole sound experience has been super cool. So now we're off to the proving grounds for Hyundai Kia, and let's go ahead and get going.
So after we arrived at the proving grounds at Hyundai, we got to meet with the head designer of the exterior and the interior of the Telluride. We got to learn how they took it through the process to see whose design gets approved. After that, they go forth and make a full clay model. Then after the clay model, they start tweaking it for production. And it is cool because we got to see up close the concept vehicle that was unveiled. So we got to compare the two and see what similarities it had and see what differences, of course, didn't make it to production. But at the end of the day, it looked very, very close to the production, or to the concept version. The only thing personally is I really loved the front end and the wheels of that concept vehicle, and I kind of wish they would have kept that for production, but maybe that can be like a midlife or mid-cycle update or something like that. But either way, let's go ahead and continue with the tour of the proving grounds.
All right, you guys, so we are at the Hyundai Proving Grounds, and so what exactly does this road right here test?
So this is a typical asphalt road. These are two different wheel tracks.
Mm-hmm.
One is a ground surface,
okay,
and one is just a weathered asphalt surface.
Gotcha. So this is meant to just replicate just like normal highways.
This is actually normal city roads.
City roads, gotcha.
And they're different textures, different coatings that different Department of Transportations use to maintain their roads. This is a concrete road right here.
Okay. And so like the different textures and stuff, like it also affects like how much sound is coming in.
Yes, so it affects sound, the noise, vibration, the ride. So this section is a more step down. So there's impacts to it.
This way?
Yep. So that concrete concrete surface and just go down that concrete.
Is this the LA road?
It is. Now we're going it backwards.
Oh,
but
right.
This does happen in real world. So
That feels like the 710 freeway.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
So I guess the good thing about having these is you can, under any circumstance, you can figure out where the car's like, I guess, weaknesses are, and then
Correct.
fix it.
And fix them. Yep.
All right, so now we are on the winding track portion of Hyundai's Proving Grounds, and what exactly is this to test? Just like
So basically, it's
handling?
designed to test the dynamics of the car. So ride, handling, steering, tires, tire grip.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, this is a pretty like long, consistent, sharp turn.
Yes.
And we're going around 45. Now it says 30.
Where do you feel this one?
So when we test cars, we probably will go double or triple that speed,
Oh, really?
depending on what type of car it is. So,
Yeah.
that's when you really test the limits of the car.
Okay. Yeah, I can totally see like lines where someone definitely did like a full-on drift on that entire corner. I was like, man, that's so cool. I bet that made for some good marketing footage.
Oh, okay. Thank you for bringing that up. Start noticing when you see Kia still photos on the web, like on our media site, you're gonna know this road now.
Okay, so now we're at the high-speed oval. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, we're at the high-speed oval. So this is good for simulating like merging onto a highway, for example. So, which is great for obviously those who commute a lot, or if you take trips. So right here, we're getting up to 30 miles an hour, 40. So what is the speed limit you guys want me to stop at?
Today maybe 90 miles an hour.
90?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. So we'll go 90. So this is the first time I can legally go 90
That's right.
on camera for you guys watching. So there we go. But this is exciting because obviously never have taken a Telluride this fast. I don't think anyone would think to take a Telluride this fast, but it will be good to see how it handles that higher speed. So we're at 75 right now. I do want to be mindful because I have 3 passengers in this vehicle, 2 of which work for Kia, so
We appreciate that.
yes. All right, so I'm at 80 right now. We're gonna try and get to 90 here. And we're at 90, guys. We're at 90. And it's stable. It's really
Like
stable.
60.
How do you guys feel?
Fine.
Good?
No problem.
Honey, how do you feel?
It was super comfortable.
Yeah? I mean, it's pretty crazy. It feels pretty solid to the road.
Yeah.
I don't feel like a ton of wind or anything pushing me around. I mean, it feels great. Now, this isn't encouraging you guys to take your Telluride to 90 miles an hour, but you know, when you're driving the upper, you know, numbers of the speed limit. So for example, where I live in Texas, we have a highway that has an 80 mile an hour speed limit. And if you're going a little bit over the speed limit, you're going like somewhere between 80 and 85. So that's pretty fast. And you want to make sure you have a vehicle that's comfortable enough to do that in, and you can do it and it feels safe. It doesn't feel sketchy. And so this definitely has that really solid, like tank-like feel, even when you're going that fast. So I'm very, very impressed by that. All right, so do not do this at home. So we have the cruise control set to 90 miles an hour. One of Kia's engineers told me to do this, so here we go. We're at 90 miles an hour, and now don't ever let go of the steering wheel, but Kia's lane centering, or they have like a steering assist, it's so good that you could theoretically take your hands off the wheel for a little while, but ultimately it's to assist you in your steering and just to lessen that fatigue. but it is so impressive that, I mean, it stays in the lanes very well, even at 90. It's that good of a system. So I just want to show you guys that. It's pretty awesome. All right, everyone, so now we're doing accelerated durability testing. We have speed bumps, chuck holes, we have a grit through. Are we going to go through that?
Sure.
Okay. Some cobblestones right here. Railroad tracks. You have to remember every Kia, once again, goes through this. So, I mean, imagine doing that in like a Forte. I mean, that is just, that would be rough. All right, so coming around this little bend here, there are 2 sections, so we're gonna stay right. And going about 25, I stayed the speed, right?
Sure.
Sure, okay. And yeah, this is pretty bad. Oh man. Goodness. Jeez. This literally feels insane, you guys. I don't wish this upon anybody. And if you have roads like this, I'm so sorry. Whoa. All right, okay. And
Oh, it feels so much better.
whew. Man. Yeah, so that was intense. All right, so we're gonna go back through one more time, but this time we're gonna stay on the left side for both times, I think. Okay. And the cool part is every part of this road is here for a reason. So even these little bumps I'm going over right now are there for a reason. So we're going far left. We've got some speed bumps here, so I'm gonna slow down just a bit. Ooh, those are rough speed bumps too. Can I go through this?
Sure.
Okay, so I guess I'll just stay here in the middle. And so what is the point of this right here?
Basically, if you're fording through water,
Okay.
and then you get all the dirt and grime.
Gotcha. Oh, do I go through this right here?
Yes.
Oh.
He's like, yes, go.
Just go slow. Everything you can go slow.
Sorry, it looked pretty bad.
What is this thing with the mirrors?
That's
Ooh.
longer than.
Oh. Well said. This section here probably will want to at some point go outside and record.
Yes.
Because this is a good visual from the
Yeah.
outside.
And so this is basically putting, I guess, twist, flex on the chassis, whatever you want to refer to it as. So this is sort of simulating, I guess, light off-roading, which is cool. And it's really interesting. You can feel that suspension really working underneath you, which is pretty cool. It's really comfortable, which is great. Actually doesn't feel harsh at all. And this part's interesting. So I guess these are called sine waves.
Yes.
And it is the weirdest feeling. It almost feels like if anyone has ever been on those like pod roller coasters where you're in like you're in this chair with like a VR goggles on and the chair moves, it almost feels like that. It's interesting. There's a little speed dip right here. Some storm drains, simulated storm drains. Ooh, sorry about that, guys.
That wasn't ready.
And that's it.
Now, one of the coolest parts of the trip was when Kia showed us how they age their parts. So everything from paint samples, they leave everything out in the sun, let it cook in the Mojave desert heat, and that is how they test for wear on the item. So things like dashboards, the front of bumpers, every part you can imagine. We even saw headlights to the new Palisade out there, and it is crazy the lengths that they go to test these vehicles. All right, you guys, so I'm actually going to have to split this up into 2 parts. So this is going to be the conclusion of part 1. And you guys saw everything that we did today. We got to go to Harman Kardon, see how much pride they've taken their work, getting that and then integrating it into the Kia Telluride and of course other Kia vehicles, and then seeing how Kia put the Telluride through all those test regimens, and of course seeing that every Kia is put through those test regimens and just how stern they are with every single thing that they do. So very exciting stuff. And in the next video, part 2, we're gonna fly out to Georgia and check out the manufacturing plant where the Telluride is built, and that's gonna be some super exciting stuff. But thank you guys for watching this one, and the next video should be up in the next few days. I'll see you then. Bye.